Trumpet tunes? Yeah.
Trumpet stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, look at you. You're loved. Popular and stuff. That's nice. Must be nice.
Popular and stuff.
Okay, trumpet two. Ready? Ready? One,
is a wonderful moment in time. And all of you being my students, I know how proud I am of your accomplishment. So I'm sure that this is a day that parents, students, and your loved ones have looked forward to for years. I know this past year has not been what you envisioned. How could it have, or any of us for that matter? But on the list of things we can be grateful for, we can now add in-person graduation. Is this a time? You can clap for that. In-person graduation. Is this a time of celebration? Absolutely. And I'm certainly not here to take this moment away from any of you who have toiled, labored, and persevered to be here. But before you cheer and whistle and before you give your balloons and your flowers, I would like for us all to pause for a quiet moment of reflection and thanksgiving. Consider this. There are parents who work just as hard and did their very best, but will never witness this great accomplishment that you've been blessed to experience today. Some children die young as prey to senseless violence, some to unexplainable childhood illnesses, and some have not suffered a physical death, but a death of hopes and dreams. For whatever reason, they drop out of school, forgoing the advantages of their youth to wander aimlessly in a big, cold, lonely world. So therefore, parents, as you celebrate your babies, the ones you used to cradle in the palms of your hands that are all grown up now, don't allow anything, not even a global pandemic and its aftermath, to cause your hearts to be bitter and void of a deep-seated gratitude and a humble recognition of the fact that you are truly blessed to be here. And graduates, I know this year has been filled with some disappointments and challenges that you could not have anticipated that your senior year of high school would bring, but you made it. So let's take a quiet moment of reflection and thanksgiving. I want you to absorb the reality of the fact that you have just completed the first step toward fulfilling your grand destinies. You did it. I extend my deepest and most heartfelt congratulations to each of you. I love you, and this truly is a great day. Congratulations.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, Principal Moore, camp teachers, faculty, and loved ones. Thank you all so much for joining us here today to celebrate GAMP's graduating class of 2021. My name is Marissa Ferrante, for those of you who don't know me, which is probably most of you, considering that the comment made by almost all of my teachers when they spoke to my parents was about how quiet and shy I was. To overwhelm my soft-spoken voice, let's give a big round of applause to my fellow graduating class. Well, 7 years ago, for those of us who have been here since middle school and are much cooler, we stepped into the doors of the Girard Academic Music Program. I remember seeing so many of your smiling faces as we stepped into the doors, and we were about to begin a new chapter in all of our lives. Those spirits were, of course, immediately crushed by rigorous schoolwork and the impending doom of the senior project that all GAMP students dread so much. No, I'm just kidding. Those spirits were never crushed because no matter what, we always managed to have fun. Whether it was skipping class to make TikToks or poking fun with our teachers, or planning senior events from home thanks to the virus, who shall not be named, we have always made the best of any situation. I feel like we were much better at the former rather than the latter, and you could feel free to ask any of our teachers about how enthusiastic we've been this past year. Mixing online school and senioritis is probably the worst combination you could present to a bunch of high school students who are a few months away from graduating. But despite all these hardships from this year and those past, we made it to this day, the final celebration of the accumulation of all our hard work, of looking up Quizlets online so that we could finish the homework with minimal effort. And when a Quizlet couldn't be found, we texted our most studious friend, inquiring if they had finished the homework. A lot of the time, that friend was me, and I often replied, no, I didn't do it yet, as the finished homework rested neatly in my organized folders. Some people were getting paid to give out their work, especially if it was Study Island, so I was not giving away any free labor. But hey, none of the teachers heard that from me. However, on a real serious note, I really am proud of my classmates. High school might just be a small blip in the grand scheme of things, but it really is an important stepping stone. As we leave the stage, we say goodbye to our childhood. Whether the next stage is college, the workforce, or some other pathway, we are all leaving behind the 8-hour-long days of high school. For many of us, this marks the end of algebra, memorizing plot points of stories, and debating on whether proteins give you energy or not. I'm sure Mr. Ruddick will walk right off the stage if you ask him to clarify that last one for you. Trust me, I speak from experience. As I bring this speech to a close, I would like to impart upon you all a trope of all graduation speeches and relay to you some wisdom, which I am probably not qualified enough to be giving. In all honesty, I believe that determination is the key to success. No matter what you want to achieve in life, you'll never be able to do so unless you have the willpower for it. It doesn't take brains or brawn or even downright luck. All it takes is you getting up one step at a time and putting in the effort. I really can't believe that we've been at GAMP since 5th grade, and 6th grade, and 7th grade. I don't think my voice is deep enough for that impression. But now we're in 12th grade. I wanted to throw a big thank you towards all of my teachers, family, and friends who have supported us along the way. At ceremonies like these, I feel like you don't get enough recognition, but I think that we all know that none of us would have been up here today without you keeping us on the straight and narrow. And since I'm up here, I also wanted to share my gratitude specifically with my mom and dad, who have done so much for me. Words cannot describe how grateful I am for all that they've done. And finally, to my class, thank you for an amazing time together. I wish there could have been more memories made, especially from this past year, but I can't wait to see all the wonderful things you'll accomplish after we've departed from high school. I'll always be in your corner as a fellow GAMP alumni, which is going to be really weird that I get to call myself that now. To my fabulous graduating class, God bless you all, and God bless America.
Good afternoon. Okay, we need a little bit better than that, y'all.
The weather is nice. You mean to tell me these kids are about to get out of your house for a couple of years and all you can give me is a good afternoon? Good afternoon. All right, some of y'all are excited for these kids to leave. Well, it's okay. We're not, but it's all right. So good afternoon, staff, students, and families. On behalf of Girard Academic Music Program, I, Jovan A. Moore, bring you greetings. While I was thinking about what I would say today, I had to stop a few times. Admittedly, I cringed. What do you say to kids? And yes, y'all are old enough to be my kids, so I'm going to call you kids one last time. But what do you say to people you haven't seen in almost 15 months? 15 long months. Who knew that on March 13th of 2020, I would not see some of you until June 13th of 2021? Who knew that we would be stuck in our homes, not only separated by a pandemic, but we would become divided by political ideologies and truthfully fought over whether we should talk about how to come to terms with the double standards of morals for Black, brown, and Asian bodies? Many of you, regardless of your stance, decided to question, learn, and participate in conversations that are now shaping the world today. We also found out how precious life truly is and how quickly it can be gone in the blink of an eye. Some may jokingly say that this was the year that never was. However, I would like to deposit to all of you that in this past year, it was the exact opposite. This was the year that you found out what you were made of. This was the year that you found out that you could do anything, you could be anything that you put your mind to, that you are stronger than you ever knew. Now, some of you may say, why is she bringing this up? Why are we talking about this? We don't need to talk about this. What does this have to do with graduation? The kids have already been through so much. Well, I'm glad you asked. In this year, what that we all consider utter chaos, as I've said, you found out what you're made of. While it may be so cliche to say that, you've also found out that you could survive through major moments of history. You've learned how to advocate for yourself, and you've learned to challenge the beliefs and thought patterns of those that you hold and those around you. Oddly enough, that is what the next phase of your life is going to look like. Whether you are moving on to college, trade school, or jumping right into the workforce, life has moments in store for you that will make you question everyone and everything around you. What was deposited in you in these last several months may not look like a gift, but I promise each and every one of you that as you go about this thing called life and you see the memes about adulting, I promise you every last adult in here wishes that they could take naps during the day. We wish that we could go back to being a teenager sometimes, but you will find that there's greater meaning as you live on. For some of you, you found your voice. For others, you found new passions. And others, you found out what is needed and what matters most. So as I stand here and look at you and these great cloud of witnesses that have come to celebrate your accomplishment, I cannot help but be so excited that we get the privilege to see this major accomplishment, and we get to see you begin this new leg of your journey. As we come to the close of this chapter in your lives, and while I welcome you to the next chapter of your lives, I want to leave you with a few things. The first is that the world is a big place, but you are absolutely ready for it. You won't know all the answers, but truthfully, if you look at everybody in the crowd, none of us had all the answers. We just figured it out along the way. None of us knew a thing about virtual learning, but here we are now. We figured it out. We tried some things. We failed. We dusted ourselves off, and then we got back up again. Now is the time to do just that. Mess up, start over, dust yourself off. Mess up, start over, dust yourself off. But do it again and again until you find out what you really want. Crazy dreams and big dreams are the stuff that life is made of. And if you don't go after your dreams, you'll never know. Second, each and every one of you is enough. You are enough. Stop focusing on social media.
In a world where we are doing it for the gram and posting highlight reels and TikTok videos give you bad life hacks, trust me, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind and think that everybody else is living and you are stuck in the rat race. But trust me, we did not all wake up like this. We did not all wake up being beautiful. We did not all wake up in nice clothes every single day. You may have today. But we did not all wake up like this. You are smart enough. You are pretty enough. You are right where you are supposed to be. And lastly, don't quit. When life gets hard, there are times where you want to throw in the towel. Even as adults, we can all admit that sometimes it happens. But that's when you have to dig deep. And that's when you have to decide at the end of the day that you can and will get the job done. I remember one time I was in my office at the end of the year, at the end of March, when we were leaving, and I kept trying to figure out how I was going to accomplish all that we had to do. And Mr. Saba came in with his infinite wisdom and reminded me that you eat an elephant one bite at a time. So, when tasks are overwhelming, when the all-night studying comes, when heartbreak comes, when disappointments come, and life seems to be too much to bear, step back, remind yourself that you've got this, and don't throw in the towel. While you leave this place today, I hope that you take the memories that you've gained over the last several years, tuck them in a special place, and pull them out when you need to reminisce. Should you find that your memories are not enough, your GAMP family is always here to love on you, hug you, and push you right back out into the world. My grandmother taught me never to say goodbye, because goodbye means you'll never see someone again. So today, I'll tell each of you, see you soon and farewell, whether on the big screen, a campaign rally, or somewhere in between. We can't wait to hear about all the things you'll do. We love you and we'll miss you. Congratulations and welcome to your new life, class of 2021.
Good afternoon. My name is Timothy Lee, and on behalf of the graduating class of 2021, I would like to thank all the people who have allowed every student on stage to be here right now. To Principal Moore and her courageous leadership, to the teachers who work tirelessly to educate their students, to the maintenance department that keeps our school pristine as it is, and to the parents, guardians, relatives, and mentors who have supported us through each journey at GAMP, we thank you. When our school counselor, Mrs. Essery, emailed me that I had to speak as valedictorian for the 2021 graduation, I understood that a great responsibility was bestowed upon me. The task at hand, though quite daunting, was an important honor that I needed to take seriously, and I vowed to do as such. So, I did what any other GAMP student on the stage would have done. At 11 p.m. last night, I drank 3 espresso shots, binged inspirational speeches on YouTube for a half an hour, and then finally began the speech. No, I'm just kidding. I paid Mr. Weingarten to write this speech for me. Hey, Weingarten. 4 years ago, I came into GAMP ready to take on high school. Middle school was a place of growth, and by that time, I felt grown enough to take on the challenges of high school. Notebook at hand and a pencil I stole from Mike Grosso, I was ready. But even though I felt comfortable with the academic hardships I was going to face, I wanted to challenge myself in something I never did before: athletics. Growing up, I was envious of my friends who were a part of soccer teams, or maybe who grew up playing tennis, like Leo. Walking into high school, I wanted to do exactly that. So, after some exploring on the school clubs, I joined in on a cross-country team practice one day after school. By the end of it, let's just say I almost jumped into the lake at FDR and made friends with a turtle. Running wasn't the same as learning from a textbook. You could study hours on end to grasp a concept, but that method didn't apply. There was no book that you could read to make you run 10 minutes faster, and I was frustrated. But more so, I grew hungry, and my hunger couldn't be satiated. As my teammates would blast through the course with seemingly no effort, I wanted to give up often many times. I attempted every race to run at most 30 minutes flat, but that lucrative number just felt out of reach. It wasn't until the final meet of the freshman season that I find myself feeling satisfied. My stomach felt nauseous as it always did, but once I crossed the finish line with burning calves, I found out I ran exactly 30 minutes. Looking back at that moment, 30 minutes wasn't a prolific achievement. I was still, frankly, last in the team. However, I remember feeling at that time like I was at the top of the world. It was euphoric, and I was proud of myself. It doesn't take being first place at a race, performing as a soloist in a grand concert hall, or even being the class valedictorian to demonstrate hunger. It can present itself in the seemingly insignificant achievements as it did 3 years ago. Even though my final cross-country season ended, thankfully that I'm much faster than before, I still feel nauseous before every race. My skin still tingles, and I still have beads of sweat that run down my neck. But I realized that hunger was what pushed me beyond my academic comfort zone. I want us to realize that we should be proud of even the seemingly insignificant achievements. Maybe you finally developed a time management schedule. Maybe you learned how to do that task you struggled with at your job. Or maybe you finally learned how to sing the GAMP alma mater without looking at the agenda. I still mumble the second verse, and I can bet $20 that most of us still do. Because of our accomplishments, we learned to channel our hunger. We learned to be creative, to be innovative, and to be resilient at what life puts us through. To the class of 2021, we are about to enter a new stage of our lives. We will come into the world where we need to act on perseverance. And what better form of perseverance is than our own hunger? I realize that this is not the cliche speech that some of you may have expected. I understand that many of you may feel sentimental, that there finally came an ending to this crude chapter of our lives. But today, I'm here to challenge you all. Many of us will soon find ourselves in a new environment. Every day we will need to overcome our own conflicts, and every day we'll need to make our own sacrifices. Life is hard, and the pandemic has made it even harder. But if we can find and can channel our hunger, then what dreams can't we achieve? This has been one of the many lessons I learned at the Girard Academic Visa Program. For 8 years, I gained valuable insight in how to lead my life, which I believe is much more valuable than anything else I learned. And I hope all of my classmates have gained their own insights as well. I once again want to thank, on behalf of my peers, those who have guided us along the way. As we receive our diplomas today, take pictures for one last time, and celebrate within our homes, I want to remind you all that we did this. We all have earned it, and we couldn't have done it without your support. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Mr. Mahalik. This is the other senior advisor, Miss Hennessy. And we have the great privilege to be reading the various awards that this incredible class has received this year. So I'm going to start. Students, if you can just stand to acknowledge the following awards for this set, that would be great. The Asian American Women's Coalition presents awards to Quinn Vo, and Mary Santoso.
Pacifico Family Foundation Scholarship goes to Samaj Murphy, Tamia Smith, Cassidy Clark, and Marissa Cesario.
And the Our Class, Our Future Scholarship goes to Samiha Hadid Moore. All right, students, the following scholarships and awards, you're going to come up to receive your award, okay? So there were 3 Academic Excellence Awards, and these were the 3 students with the highest overall GPA. That was Timothy Lee, Marissa Ferrante, and Quinn Vo. There were also 3 Music Excellence Awards. And these were to the 3 students with the highest music average and pursuing a music degree after graduation from GAMP. They go to Carmelina Favacchia, Samaj Murphy, and Mary Santoso.
Two Athletic Excellent Awards, $350 each, to 1 female and 1 male student scholar athlete, Timothy Lee and Quinn Vo. We also have 2 Citizenship and Pioneer Awards, $350 each, Chelsea Vong and Shannon Davidson.
All right, we have 2 Community Service Awards. These are $350 apiece. First goes to Carmelina Favacchia. And the second to Kendall Anderson. The following are Perfect Attendance Awards. These will be divided among all students who have maintained perfect attendance from grades 9 through 12. Natasha Agape and Quinn Vo. All right, and the last in this set is the Founding GAMP Teachers Award. This is given by founder Dr. Jack Carr and former music department chair Mrs. Dannenfelser. And this goes to Samaj Murphy.
Good afternoon, Principal Moore, teachers, parents, and special greetings to the resilient and exceptional GAMP graduating class of 2021. My name is Diane Dannenfelser, and I'm happy to congratulate a class that has survived and succeeded against the challenges of COVID and a year and a half of online learning. You're a credit to yourselves, your teachers, and your families who've supported you through this time. GAMP has been my home since 1981, when I began working in the music department. And though I retired in 2016, it is still one of my forever homes. I urge you all to stay connected in whatever way you can to this great school. Dr. Jack Carr, the founder of our school, has partnered with me to give what we are calling the GAMP Founding Teachers Award. The GAMP Graduation Committee selects a graduating senior who demonstrates the following: moral character, work ethic, volunteerism, and concern for social justice. This award is for $2,000, and it will be announced by my friend and mentor, Dr. Carr. Be well.
Good afternoon, GAMP graduates, families, staff, and Ms. Moore. I am so pleased to be able to support the efforts of one of our graduates as we complete 47 years since the founding of our school in 1974. GAMP was and will always be a most important part of my life. I have heard such wonderful accolades attributed to our Young Scholarship winner, Mr. Samaj Murphy. And even though we have never met, I am so pleased to be able to support him in his collegiate journey. I am sure that you will be yet another academic and musical star in the 39-year lineage of GAMP graduates who now excel in so many different arenas throughout the world. We know that soon you will use your talents for the benefit of yourself and for our society. May God give you wisdom, understanding, and peace in the musical world that lies ahead. Thank you. And to the GAMP class of 2021, I say, the challenges that you have faced this past year can only make you stronger. Congratulations.
Athletic awards. Students, please come up to receive these. For boys basketball, most valuable player, Jaden Kelly. And the coach's award to Stephen Brady. Softball, coach's award goes to the birthday girl. Happy 18th birthday, Nicole Viola. Most Improved Award, Nayeli Rivera Cruz. And second team Liberty Division All Public Team, Nicole Viola and Nayeli Rivera Cruz.
All right, our cross-country MVP goes to Timothy Lee. All right, the following are awards for academic achievement in each individual subject area, and I will start with mine. The English 4 highest average goes to Tamia Smith. Our Myth Master this year goes to Faris Muhammad. Our Critical Thinker is Sean Guav. Senior Project Award goes to Samaj Murphy. And our Creative Writing Award goes to Gideon McDonald. For mathematics, the calculus highest average was a tie between Marissa Ferrante and Timothy Lee. Pre-calc highest average goes to Marissa Cesario. AP Stat second highest average goes to Timothy Lee. AP Stat highest average goes to Marissa Ferrante. Stat second highest average goes to Kendall Anderson. And Stat highest average goes to Daylon Johnston. For environmental science, we have the least likely to destroy the planet. Shannon Davidson rightly gets that award. And the highest achievement goes to Grace Cavallari.
Okay, these are for civics. There were 5 students who really stood out this year. And I made an award called Outstanding Achievement and Engagement, and they are Quinn Vo, Tamia Smith, Gianni Crudele, Marissa Cesario, and Carmelina Favacchia. AP Biology, the powerhouse highest average goes to Marissa Ferrante. And the Powerhouse Award highest average, Timothy Lee. AP US History Academic Excellence for highest scores on the AP exam, Carmelina Favacchia, Natasha Agape, Marissa Ferrante, and Timothy Lee. Spanish 3, second highest average, Natasha Agape. Highest average, Timothy Lee. AP Music Theory, second highest average, Gideon McDonald. Highest average, Carmelina Favacchia.
Our salutatorian, Marissa Ferrante, gets a statue for remembrance. And our valedictorian, Timothy Lee. The following trophies are awarded for each performing group, our Music and Theater Awards. Orchestra, Samaj Murphy. In band, Mike Grasso and Timothy Lee. And concert choir, Natasha Agape, Cassidy Clark, Gianna Crudele, Carmelina Favacchia, Timothy Lee, Gideon McDonald, Maurice McNeil, and Forrest Rothman.
The following trophies are awarded for technical excellence in GAMP's musical theater productions. Chelsea Vong, Quinn Vo. The following comedy tragedy statues are awarded for excellence in GAMP's musical theater productions. Drama statues: Natasha Agape, Grace Cavalieri, Walter Edwards, Carmelina Favacchia, Marissa Ferrante, Samiha Hadid Moore, Timothy Lee, Gideon McDonald, Maurice McNeil, Emmett Rigg, Forrest Rothman, Tamia Smith, and Nicole Viola. Congratulations to the class of 2021 on all your hard work, success, and perseverance.
So we have come to the point that you all have been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. So as we call you, please stand, come forth, and gather your diploma from Mr. Mahalik or Ms. Hennessy. First up, Marissa Ferrante. Natasha D. Agape. Kendall Anderson. Verlyn Bingham. Stephen T. Brady Jr. Anaya Brown. Thank you, baby. Raina N. Carey. Grace E. Cavalieri. Jordan E. Chella. Marissa T. Cesario. Sorry, Cesario. John Crescenzio. Joseph Robert Christie II. Thank you, baby. Cassidy Cree Clark. Caesar Eleazar Cortez. Gianna Maria Crudele. Shannon R. Davidson. Oh, get it, girl. Dominic Samuel Adolphus DiCaprio III. Come down front, show them the goods, show them the goods. Maria C. Doyle. Walter Adelphia Edwards III. Oh. Thank you, baby. Carmelina Antonia Favacchia. Sean Goff.
Nice moves.
Michael Angelo Blaze Grasso. Samiha Hadid Moore. She didn't want to show you the goods. She's got them. Daylon Johnston. Jaden Christian Kelly. Anita Rotana Coy. Leo Lynn. James C. Marciano. Timothy Lee. Gideon Caro McDonald. Maurice Isaiah McNeil. Ashley Marie McNeil. Faris J. Muhammad.
We're just coming over here to use your fan.
Oh, okay. You want to use a fan? Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Weingarten, Frozen 2 is better than Frozen 1? No, I'm 100% right.
Show the goods. It's not a ceremony without something from Faris. Samaj D. Murphy. Margaret Ostrowski. Tyler G. Postal. Bella Rose Ricci. Emmett Baldwin Rigg. You sure can.
Oh,
You
great.
can.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Give him the goods. Nayeli Andrea Rivera Cruz. Forrest Calder Rothman. John Anthony Salvatore. Mary A. Santoso. Sarah Schaefer. Eve Skilton Sylvester. Tamia S. Smith. Yes, show the goods. Angelo E. Spatoco. Jada Elise Staten. If the class of 2021 does nothing, they will make you cry. Oh, I need to be able to see. Ariana Sophia Taylor. Emilia Hernandez Tutt. Gianni Benson. Gianni could not be here with us today, but we are going to call out her name because she is a part of our class. Nicole Viola. Quinn K. Vo. Chelsea Vong. Ariana Wagnerath. Dendronita Wilson Waring. Sophia Zing. That concludes the presentation of diplomas. And with that said, we're not done with the ceremony, but class of 2021, bye-bye now.